Hi, welcome to our latest Employability Live. I'm here with Laila and Wendy from Grad Apprentice. And today we're going to be talking about how to start a creative portfolio. I think when you're at university, you're obviously concentrating on learning all the new skills, trying out new kind of techniques and things maybe you've never done before. But when you move into your second and especially your third year, it's really time to start thinking about pulling together a portfolio so that when you actually graduate, you can go straight into applying for jobs and work placements as well. So yeah, we'll go round. I think I'll hand over to Laila and Wendy first to maybe talk through their process at Grad Apprentice for sort of UX portfolios.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. We're back again. Basically, how we start with a portfolio, and that has been the case where, well, in my case, I didn't have a portfolio when I came out of uni, and that's why I couldn't get a job. So it became like my mission to kind of like, okay, need to get this portfolio, but then you don't know where to start. That is normal, guys, so stop panicking. I would say the first things first is to kind of plan it out. We have now got a process of helping graduates develop their portfolio. And it's a combination of two things. Wendy's going to talk about the second part. I'm going to talk about the first part. First part will be working on a project, which is real, so that you get an understanding of how you work within a team, what projects and what processes go into doing these projects together. And the other part is like personal development as well. So we combine these two where the students or our grad apprentices, and these are career changers or people that are just coming out of uni or people who want to get into tech. They come at different levels. So we are aware of that, and we find out where they're at in terms of their understanding of the UX process or developing a project, and we take it from there. So how that unfolds is they're the project, you come in, you're onboarded, you're with the students and a team of people that are going to be guiding you and showing you how the ropes work. And yeah, it leads to you building, at least having a log of everything, a journal. So our students, they write blogs of every day, like what they've been up to and what they're writing about, so that they have a clear understanding and share it. So the next part is the PDP. So Wendy, I think that's up to you.
Yeah, so as Laila said, the preparation is really important. And what we focus on as a priority is really getting students to know that their portfolios is their personal careers, it's theirs. It's not going to be something that someone will dictate to you how it should look like. You are in charge of making sure you are illustrating the type of designer, the type of creative person that you are. So self-awareness, we do personal development plans for all our grad apprentices. So when they start with us, we go through an individual discussion. We plan their goals, their careers, their aspirations, what their strengths and weaknesses are. And after going through that whole process, they will sort of know, as they're building their portfolios, what style they want to integrate. And it makes it so much easier to talk about when you're, face to face with someone who wants to understand your work. If you don't know who you are as a designer, that makes it so much more difficult to make something that is of value and that you can talk about and tell a compelling story. But another thing that I think is really important is not to overthink the process. Just start doing something. And this is what we're doing at Middlesex University. We are working with students from film production and the UX design students, and we're currently doing competitions for them, so that kickstarts that process of them doing something that they can add onto their portfolios. So, having that mentality that do as much work as you can within the area of design or creative that you are in. If it is film production, go out, do promo videos, put them on Instagram, on your social media. Just put it out there. The more you keep doing something, the more it becomes easier and it becomes natural, and you're able to express yourself more. And I think when people see a variety of work in your portfolio as well, that you have taken the initiative to do, it shows them that you are serious about the career that you want to go into. So don't just sit and spend too much time planning. once you've planned, go out and do some work. And, you know, GradPrentice is really doing a lot of work trying to encourage students to do work within industry. We're trying to push students to do real projects so that they actually get the real experience rather than, you know, sort of waiting for someone to egg you on to do it. So yeah, just get started and do as much work as you can and put it in your portfolio.
Yeah, brilliant. I think, yeah, I definitely agree with everything that you've both just said, really. I think through the presentations and the workshops I've been doing with Turnheads, I think people are very nervous about how to get started, and especially if they're, you know, quite new to university as well. So they may be still in their first year, or even in their second year, just starting their second year. So I usually say to start with your favourite projects that you've done so far, and then kind of build it out. And then obviously as you continue through the university process, you're going to be learning new skills along the way. So you can always go back to those projects and kind of, if you like, upskill those as well, bring in those new skills that you've learned along the way. And I think, yeah, I think part of kind of understanding who you are as a designer as well, very, very important. And it is a learning curve in its own right, you know, and the advice I'd give to start that is to maybe just as early as you can, really just look at what companies are out there across different kind of spectrums and subjects of design, and just see, you know, the kind of projects that they do, the kind of approaches that they take, if they're talking about their process on their websites and things like that. I think just being aware of that and seeing what you kind of agree with, what you kind of feel like you're maybe moving towards, like that a particular process, or, you know, different project types and client types, that kind of thing. That little bit of awareness, I think, really, really helps. And I think that helps you also to pick and choose the types of projects that you're going to ultimately put into your portfolio and come out with it at the end. And at the end of the day, the sooner you start this process, the sooner you can start, you know, showing it to other people, practicing your presentation skills, making those updates to it. So by the time you graduate, you've got a really, really solid piece of like eight pieces of work or something to show potential employers. So have you guys got anything to add to that? Any other last minute tips or?
Yeah, you know, for design students in particular, what I found useful was the daily UIs. They're free. And if you just want to get your engine started with setting up for your skills, you can find projects to work on daily UIs. So get on there, and then, you know, once you have mastered at least one prototyping tool, it will kind of give you the confidence to kind of work on other projects as well. So that's one tip I'd like to share. Yeah.
For me, I think, you know, from personal experience, I think being very strong at showing what you're good at, I think that will make the big difference. Don't try to sell yourself short and give yourself heartache and heartbreak, trying to do something that you're not good at. You know, focus on your strengths, and you can definitely work on things you're not strong at. But what you really want your portfolio to show is how great you are in that particular area that you are strongest. So that's my tip.
Yeah. And I think the last thing I would say is just don't panic if you don't know exactly what sector you want to go into yet. I think variety, showing variety of skills and execution in your portfolio is actually a plus. So don't worry if you have lots of different things going on in your portfolio, because at the end of the day, it shows your potential, and that's what people are looking for.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's it from us this week, and we will catch you all next week. If you want us to cover a specific subject, please just comment below.
Yeah.
See you next
time.
All right,
guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.